Thank you so much, Graham. Well, from cutting-edge technology and procedures to a celebrated Dutch performer, we're talking about Herman van Veen. Now, he's back in South Africa to share his talent and his passion this coming weekend at the Oude Libertas Amphitheatre in Stellenbosch. But first, he shared with us what makes him so unique. Celebrated Dutch performer Herman van Veen returns to South Africa for his 5th visit and will once again mesmerize audiences with songs, sketch, mime and just being vintage Van Veen.
Children should know their rights, and it is our obligation to explain that to society. I mean, everywhere where things are going wrong, children are really paying the price. I was born in the Second World War, and without help of the United Nations, I didn't survive. In my language, you say, je bent schatplichtig. So you have to do something in return. So that's what I'm doing, or that's what I do. Alfred Jodokus Kwak, I wrote for my children, and I am ambassador for UNICEF. So I thought I'd write children's stories, and every story should have one of those rights in it. But that it could be a success like that was a big surprise also for me. In music, you can say everything without being too direct. Music is like a river for me. And the words are the stones to get across.
In 2004, he was presented with the World Peace Flame, a prestigious award symbolizing peace, freedom, unity and truth, amongst the many commendations he's received as an activist.
All those compliments, I see them like kisses. It is important, but not that important. It is noticed, and it is like this, and then you go on, because that's not the reason why you do the things you do. I'm a performer, and my life is music, singing, telling stories. That's what I do, that's my profession, and all those compliments, it's just fantastic, but not my goal.
Herman is accompanied by renowned guitarist Edith Leerkes. They met in 1992 and their musical connection was so strong, she left the group that she was with and they've been touring together ever since.
When we met, it was not really by accident, but sort of accident. And, but we started talking, it's more than 25 years ago, and
we never stopped.
We never stopped until today. We bonded from the first moment, and
we're good together.
No, we're good together, yeah.
We performed with Edith on guitar, together with a guy who plays bass, a violinist singer, a dancer singer, and me. And I hope you forget time. And that you think when you leave the theater, wow. Ik hou nog steeds van jou.
For me, the most memorable performances, there are actually very many. But if I can tell you about one of them, it was, the theater in Holland is Carré in Amsterdam. And we did a very special performance there about the poems of a young Jewish woman who was murdered in the Second World War. And the poems are so beautiful that the music almost wrote itself. And performed those all over Europe, very often in synagogues. And one of these first of these performances was in Carré. And that is originally a circus theater. So you have the stage in the middle. You can make a stage in the middle. And we played this in the middle, which was very scary because we're not used to people around us. So it was intimidating, which was just right for this sort of performance. I think I've never been so nervous in my life, but it went very well. And so that I will never forget that evening. We gave the benefits of this concert, we gave it to a hospital in Tel Aviv that helps children, Palestine children and Israeli children. So it was sort of round. So that was a very memorable moment.
For me, it was a concert short before the the fall of the wall in East Germany. We had a concert in Berlin in a hall with 16,000 people. And because of a press conference, I said something in a press conference because the question was, why are we here? Why are you here now on this moment in East Berlin? And my answer was, I want to sing one stone out of the wall. Not the whole wall, it's fine with me, just one stone, because, you know, Holland, water, you only need one hole, and you know. And that was a very political statement. Because of that answer, there was tension, because there were more people around the theater than in the theater. So there was a lot of military and police around to organize so and that was a very tense performance. And there was a kind of implosive situation in the city. And the whole concert, the dramaturgy of that concert was the tension around the hall. I will never forget that night. And then later, and that's maybe interesting, a guy came from Leipzig after the fall of the wall on a bike to Holland, and he brought me the stone. A brick. Isn't that wonderful? I will never forget that.
He's a painter, children's rights hero, songwriter and musician, but most of all, Herman van Veen is a storyteller who takes audiences to magical, emotional places that brings joy to their hearts.